Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, I want to welcome you to another watch party hosted here on the Rocky Miller channel where we'll be watching in, we'll be looking in and monitoring the Mississippi Valley Delta Devils and also checking in on Delaware State. Also, I forgot Delaware State was playing as well. So we're going to be checking in. We can all watch the game together, all chat, look at what's going on. I can tell you, man, so far, I'm pretty disappointed in what I'm seeing in Mississippi Valley, man. They beating themselves, man. And this is what usually happens when we play these PWIs. They're not more talented at all. We just beat ourselves, man. Let me ask you this. Can y'all hear the broadcast in the background? Let me know. Can y'all hear the broadcast? It's playing a commercial now, so let me know if y'all can hear it. Oh no, y'all can't hear the game? Okay, that's cool. Let me know if y'all can hear it now, though. Let me know if y'all can hear it now. Can y'all hear it now? Give me a one. Give me a one if you can hear it now. So y'all can't hear the background. So y'all can't hear. Hold on. I'm gonna set it up where y'all can hear. Hold on. Hey, I'm trying to figure out where the Delaware State game is. Where is the Delaware State game? Where can I find the Delaware State game? ESPN. Where the hell is the MEAC network? Hey man, so I want to give everybody an update on the game, man. I'm trying to get my tech stuff right, man. So we got Mississippi Valley over here. They're down 17 to nothing in Nicholls State. They probably should be winning the game, to be perfectly honest with you, or at least they should be in the game. But unfortunately, they've been mired by mistakes, man. They've hurt themselves. Is the reason why they're not in the game. It's really it's it's really been their own undoing that's caused them to be behind. I don't like personally. I don't understand. You know how they've ended up in this situation where they're down like this, man. And in two situations where I think they should have played coverage, they ended up blitzing, and because they blitzed, they ended up getting beat for big plays, really big plays. I'm talking about 60-yard plus plays, and they and Nicholls had another drive where they kicked the field goal, and that's how you end up 17 to nothing. Hey, I cannot show the game, bro. I cannot show the game, right? If you can see the game, you see the game. But I cannot show the game, if you know what I mean. I cannot show the game. If you see the game, you see the game. But I cannot show the game. This is not, we watching this game together. I want you to have your game up, watching it, and we can watch it together. If there's a big play that happens, uh, wait till after the network. Wait till after the play. Put eyes up. You know the rules over here on. Uh, you put eyes up. Let me get this. All right. Let me look. So I'm looking at the MEAC network. I want y'all to give me your opinion of the MEAC network. The game is free. You can watch the Delaware State game on the MEAC network. I'm gonna let you know my opinion here shortly. I'm not impressed so far. I'm not impressed. I am not impressed. Hold on, let me go. I need to go get the audio. Hold on, I'm gonna go get the audio of the game. I gotta go get another device. Y'all hold on for me. Just hold on for a second.
extra with YouTube shopping. Extra?
Hey, can y'all hear any sound? Are y'all able to hear any sound at all? No sound? Damn.
And welcome back to Delaware State University's alumni.
Ryan Pelham Taylor deep for the Hornets.
Second half just about ready to get underway. Stony Brook will kick off to start the second half. Back in return position for Delaware State, Ryan Pelham Taylor. He'll pick it up at the 5-yard line, heads towards the far sideline. Trying to get outside. He'll be short of the 25-yard line before being run out of bounds. We'll see who starts the second half under center, or in this case, shotgun for Delaware State. Saw both quarterbacks in the first half, and both were impressive, Mike.
I think whoever gets the call for the second half, they got to really act like the score is 0-0 and be very aggressive offensively. They got to put points on the board. I think the last couple of possessions from the second quarter of the first half kind of kept Stony Brook in the game.
Uwe Unlay, who started at quarterback for Delaware State, will start the second half, and he will be under center here for the first play of this third quarter. Handoff to Weston Jr. Short gain pops out to the left side.
Weston Jr. on the carry.
Tackled by Stony Brook linebacker Khalid Bueno, who's been on a number of plays.
Hey, can y'all hear that? Hey, can you hear that sound? All right, Coach. What you're listening to is the Mississippi Valley game in the background. All right, just give you an update on the Mississippi Valley score. The Mississippi Valley score is 24-0 Nicholls. I guess I can put a banner up, letting you know the score. So there's the score of the game. The frustrating thing about this Mississippi Valley game is that it started out pretty competitive. Matter of fact, Valley got off to a great start. And then they had a fumble. Then had a great punt. The fumble went into the end zone. That was a touchback. It was a turnover. Then they stopped them on, Nicholls had a 3 and out. Valley then, returned the punt, returned it inside the 5-yard line. Ended up being a holding on the return punt. Got the ball at about midfield. And then they turned it over on downs. So, like I said, it's been pretty tough. I can tell you this. I hadn't watched much of the Delaware State game so far. But Delaware State is up 24-13 against Stony Brook. Their defense looks like it's getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They're looking really good. Delaware State is looking really good, if you ask me. That's the score of that game. So these are the two scores of the game. Delaware State 24, Stony Brook 13. I would say in this particular game, the Delaware State is looking really good, being that they had the lead going in at halftime. And with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in the first half, Mississippi Valley down 24-0. I mean, that's terrible. They're having a terrible. This is a terrible start to the second year of Terrell Buckley's tenure in Mississippi Valley. They're down 24-0 to Nicholls with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left. Looks like Mississippi Valley is going to end up punting with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left. They're going to punt it back to Nicholls State, down 24-0. That's not good. That is not good at all. Let me put I'll put the link up for those people who may want to jump on, and if you have something you want to say, you're definitely welcome to jump on, and we can kind of have that conversation. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. Crook said he was looking for 44-0. Looks like Nicholls was about to have another big play, but the guy dropped the ball. I will say this, man. Valley is really good against the run. Valley's doing a great job against the run, but they can't defend the pass to save them lives. And supposedly Valley has the biggest player in Division I football. They have the biggest guy in Division I football on their team. He's number 90. He's number 99. I'm not sure what his name is, but he looks like a huge dude, man. He's a huge dude. I think if I had to guess, he's over 400 pounds, man. Let's take a look into Delaware State. We're gonna take a look into Delaware State. Let me pipe Valley down, and we can.
Second half, both teams with one possession, unable to score. The first down, Delaware State will move the ball beyond the 40-yard line. Is
Bill's pass is complete.
catch by Jalen Tersado, who scored an electrifying touchdown earlier in the game with a catch.
2nd and 1.
9 yards for Delaware State to the DSU 42.
Slipped on that play. Looked like he wanted to do a little bit more, but he ended up falling on that play.
Hornets will run on 2nd down, and actually look like they're going to come up short of the first down. That was Jaden Jenkins on the carry. Nice play by the Stony Brook defensive line to force Delaware State.
How many of you guys are surprised at how well Deshaun Jackson is doing
in terms of the run
as a
game?
head
They haven't
coach?
put a lot of pressure on the QB, but they've stopped the run game in between the tackles.
I must admit, I'm
See
surprised.
what Delaware State calls here on 3rd and short. That's going to be a keeper. Alain with running room.
That's a house call.
30 inside the red zone, brought down.
L on the carry.
That's a great play by the quarterback. Great play by the quarterback.
That was Boykins on the carry.
Ball spotted at the
No, that wasn't Gonzaga. I'm sorry.
19-yard line of the Wolves. That's
You know, just like they did last year, it looks like
Just nobody
Delaware
on
State
the
is
option.
doing a great job
Yeah,
of running
it's
with
one
the
of those
quarterback.
Run pass options, probably no pass in there.
Stride. Oh my goodness.
There's nobody accounted for him.
Now handoff, touchdown.
Man, that's a great job in the
Delaware
running game by Delaware State.
Jaden Jenkins.
Back-to-back big
Great job
plays.
in the running game.
That is Jenkins on the touchdown run for Delaware State, and just like that, Delaware State has opened up a 30-13 lead.
Looks like Delaware
That's
State
how
is
you finish
opening
off
up
the drive if you're
Yeah.
Del State.
a
That's
can
great
on
execution. Nice job
Stony
by the
Brook.
offensive line. Literally untouched into the end zone.
Let me Delaware State is making a great showing of themselves, man. Delaware State is looks like Valley may give up another touchdown before halftime is over. They're inside the 20, they're inside the 15 with 1:07 left. And the clock is running. Valley could end up down 31-0 at halftime. And they will be up. They will be down 31-0. Touchdown, Nicholls. 30-0, pending the extra point. That's terrible, man. That's absolutely garbage, man. If anybody else want to join, you got let me know how y'all feel about Valley, man. Jump on with me if you got something to say. If you want me to let me know what's going on with Delaware State, Delaware State again. They're dominating Stony Brook. They were the underdog in this game. They were a 6-point underdog, 6.5-point underdog, and they've come out here at home against Stony Brook, and they done broke out a can on Stony Brook. They whooping Stony Brook's. Yeah, they putting it on Stony Brook, man. Let me get to some of these comments. Common Rocky. Them people are good. Man, Valley never was winning this one. Man, they got off to such a good start, though, Crook. They got off to such a good start. Oh, man, they bobbled the kickoff. Man, they had to run down to the 10-yard line and recover the kickoff in order to avoid a turnover. So with 53 seconds at the 10-yard line, I suggest they take a knee and get out of there, man. I wouldn't want them to try to score any points at this point. Let me see what David has to say. Crook, right. I'm surprised I seen people predicting Valley to win. I mean, I definitely didn't predict Valley to win, but I thought they would make a better showing that they have today. At the end of the day, it's 31-0 with 53 seconds left to go in the first half. I thought they would make this game competitive. Perfect. Be honest with you. There was some people saying they would be surprised if Valley didn't upset Nicholls. And again, the game started off with Valley playing very well, if I have to say so myself. But they don't have. It looks like they don't have much of a pass rush, and they don't have much of a secondary. And they've been gashed in the passing game. I mean, gashed.
Through the air.
We're going to take a peek in here to Delaware State.
Both and having some success so far. That's going to make for some interesting, decisions for the opposition going forward. But it's one half, a little bit more than one half, but so far encouraged by what we've seen.
Right, and we could spin this positively all the way to the next game, and hopefully we'll see the consistent play of both of these QBs. But we'll find out next week what Stony Brook is all about, because they may be what I believe they're a good team, but Delaware State may be a much better team, and we may not.
All right, we had.
And if you don't, you're going to keep Stony Brook in the game.
It's interesting. It's still been primarily. I mean, we had the long touchdown pass and run for Delaware State's first score by Terzado. But after that, it's been primarily the athletic ability of those strong running quarterbacks for Delaware State. Hornets on defense now. They'll try to keep this lead. But another first down by Stony Brook. Boyd's pass complete to Justin Richard.
Let me put the link to join if you want to join. I saw somebody join, but
as much as you don't want
I wasn't able to get to you. If you want to join,
you got to keep everything in
hit
front
the
of
link.
you.
Absolutely.
You don't want to get beat deep quick. You want to make them struggle for every play.
Empty backfield for Stony Brook. 5 receivers. Boyd gets it out quick, almost too quick, as receiver unable to bring it in.
I see you, David. You say you believe Valley's going to be
Tight
better.
end. Couldn't tell.
Will
Ball may have been
improve
behind him a little
this
bit,
season,
but
though.
again, with 5 receivers,
I don't
you
see
can
it, bro.
play. You don't have a lot
I
of
just
time
don't
to
see
throw
it.
that ball.
As
Yeah,
of
Joe
yet,
State's
I'm
gotten
glad
to
you
him
have
all
hope.
night, so he's going to be just a slight bit gun shy in terms of
Let me
holding on
see.
to that ball.
Them
especially
people
when
bat
there's somebody
shit
there
crazy,
blocking
right?
for him.
I don't see it. Bro.
Hand off.
They down 31 points in the first half, and they've given another.
Brought down. Shy of the 30-yard line.
It's another touchdown
Neither team doing a
by
really good
Nicholls
job
State.
of
It's
establishing
about to
the
be
run inside
38,
tackles. Dell
possibly
State obviously
38
has
to
struggled all night.
nothing going into halftime. This is
That matters. So has Stony Brook.
This
Nothing
is a
really
disaster.
Huge consistently.
This
in
is
that
a
running
complete disaster. Again, they haven't covered
Third down, let's
nobody.
call it 7.
They secondary
for
hasn't
Stony
covered
Brook.
anyone.
Probably 4 down territory, given the score and tie. Boyd sidesteps a tackler, throws in the middle of the field. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Lucas Martin. Nice coverage
bro.
by Delaware State. Incomplete pass. I believe Stony Brook's going to keep the offense.
All right, I'm gonna put it in for this first down, then I'm gonna take him down.
And that will be the case. Delaware State's done a nice job with, look like, primarily sending 4 linemen. They've had to notice a lot of blitzing and everything. We'll see what they do here on 4th down. Now it's going to send a linebacker and put some pressure on Boyd. He's going to roll to the right, throw up field, and he's going to complete the pass to a diving receiver. That is
Oh, man, they completed that 4th down. That was a great play by Stony Brook.
But Boyd rather bought himself some time by rolling out. It looks like we have another injured Delaware State player.
Stony Brook is being a feisty bunch. They not laying down. And Nicholls is about to kick the ball off with 30 seconds left. Nicholls leads the game 37 to nothing. 37 to nothing. I didn't expect this from Valley. I did not expect this from Valley. Wow. You know, for a game that started out pretty competitive, this got away from Valley really quick. It got away from them really fast. Really fast. I'm surprised, man. I am really surprised how quick this game got away from them. Hey man, what do you say? Hey, what do you say to a team down 37 to nothing on the road in the first half? What do you tell them? Do you tell them, hey, you playing for pride at this point? Do you give up the chance of winning the game? Do you tell them, hey, we got to come out in the second half like it's 0-0? Man, I don't know what you tell. What do you tell these guys, man? What do you tell these guys? My man said we tell them we getting cooked. Start the bus up. We cranked up the buses. Yeah, man, this is your first game of the season, man, and ultimately you want to be competitive, man. You want to go out, especially after a rough year where you only win one game, and you want to go out and show that this is not the same old Valley. This is a new day. This is not the same old Valley. I think that's one of their monikers. This is not the same old Valley. Yet and still, you end up in a situation where The first game of the season, you look like the same old Valley. And again, there's really nothing impressive about this Nicholls team. And in my opinion, they look kind of slow. But Mississippi Valley seems like they can't find the receivers in the secondary. I'm talking about every time they drop back to pass, the receiver is wide ass open. I'm talking about butt naked, wide open. Nobody within 5 yards of the receiver. All right, they're kicking it off again with 21 seconds left to go. It was a penalty against Nicholls, and it looks like, oh my God, Nicholls just recovered the kickoff. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Man, you can't make this up, man. You can't make this up, man. Are they going to get another touchdown with 17 seconds left? Oh, man, it was an underthrow, but that was the first receiver that was covered all night. Another wide ass open receiver. Let's take a look in at the Delaware State game. And this was third down right here. Really good defense by Delaware State. Guarded the guy in the end zone, knocked the ball away. And now it's fourth down and 13. Will Stony Brook go for it, being that they're down by a lot. So let's look at it. They're down by 18, and they're going for it on 4th and 13. Quarterback throws it. Oh, touchdown, Stony Brook. Touchdown. Hey, it's a ball game. It's a ball game. It is a ball game. Yeah, man. It's a ball game. Look, that makes it, they have a chance to make it 20 with this extra point. Again, I'm just so disappointed with Valley, man. I'm so disappointed with Valley. Man, this team is not 37 points better than Valley. This team is not, man. Valley's just made mistakes, poor execution. I think there was some poor coaching decisions as well. On the first touchdown, it was third and I can't remember what the distance was. Maybe let's say 37, 38. And rather than play coverage, they decided to blitz. Zero blitz, casino blitz. And they blitzed and got burned with a crossing route for a touchdown. Let me see. Nobody other than FAMU in the SWAC should be worried about that. Wow, David, that's how you really feel. Should FAMU be worried about it with their new coach? You know they don't have James Cozy III anymore, so they're under a new regime. If you're a Valley supporter, man, this is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. Let me ask y'all this. Could this demoralize a team for the rest of the season? Could this possibly demoralize a team for the rest of the season? Can somebody come on and explain this to me, man? Because Terrell Buckley came on HBCU Coach's Corner. He was very confident. He was very happy with his staff. He thought he had brought the right guys in. And this is what happens. This is what happened. Let's take a look in at Delaware State.
Yeah, this is a situation where, again, you have a running quarterback.
Y'all hold right there, man. I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back.
These are the plays that prove whether you can handle these kind of situations, and the Hornets will get the first down running the football, which in turn keeps the clock running as well. So first down, Delaware State on the run. Weston with the first down.
Takes the ball to the 47-yard line. That's a Hornets first down.
Approaching 5 minutes in this third quarter. Hornets led 31-13 at the break. Stony Brook had scored the only points of this second half on a touchdown and an extra point just a few minutes ago. Delaware State trying to answer. Single back next to quarterback Erling. And off to Weston, cuts back in the middle of the field, gets into Stony Brook territory all the way to the 35, 34-yard line, and that'll be another first down for Delaware State.
Again, they realized they weren't getting anything really upside those tackles, so they decided to bounce it outside, and they seem to be getting good offensive productivity on the run on flanks.
Handoff this time to Weston. He stopped in about the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Rush by 22, tackle by 20. The carry, stop by.
Tackle by Gino Pelgaro, the inside linebacker for Stony Brook, but the clock is running. Hornets running the football so far here on this possession.
Down.
Only the transfer from Troy State. Previously played at the University of Houston, Texas, and now here at Delaware State, starting the season opener. He'll swing it out toward the far sideline. Pass is incomplete as that play was broken up by a good rush by Stony Brook on the front line.
I think that was a design screen, but, even on a screen, you have to engage a little bit to slow the defense of line down, and I don't think there was any engagement by the offensive line. They just sold the screen, I think, a little too effectively.
Third down and 10 now for Delaware State. Mark it at we'll say the Stony Brook 34, just inside of 35 and 34. Ball count. Looks to throw into the end zone and just outside of the reach of the intended receiver for the Hornets, Kyrie Benton. He had a step on the defensive back, just a little bit overthrown, and that'll bring up fourth down and 10. We'll see what the Hornets decide to do here.
Pass intended for Benton, incomplete. Brings up fourth down.
See if the Hornets are going to attempt, let's see. They're going to attempt a field goal. No, it's going to be a 50,
Patrick Fisher Butler.
51, 52-yard attempt. Patrick Fisher Butler. They're lined up in field goal position. This would be a 52-yard kick. If nothing else, it's for Stony Brook to call a timeout. Whether Delaware State was actually going to kick it or not, it's for Stony Brook to burn a timeout. Something I'm sure the Seawarriors weren't expecting for Delaware State to line up in field goal position. And if that's the case, and if nothing else, Delaware State got Stony Brook to burn one at this point.
Take a break in action. Now's a perfect time to grab some food. Stop at the food trucks.
Trailing by 11. So, obviously, if you're Stony Brook, you'd have to score a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, then kick a field goal just to tie the game up at this point. So you're going to need multiple possessions. You're Del State, and you can hit this field goal.
They obviously have confidence in Fisher Butler. I mean, it's a 52-yard attempt. Snap. Good. The kick is good. 52-yard field goal. Patrick Fisher Butler. Wow. That increases the Hornet lead to 34-20. Wow, young man new to the team, able to kick a 52-yard field goal into the night here at Alumni Stadium. What confidence they have in this young man, too. If he misses that field goal, that ball gets back to the line of scrimmage. But these are the type of games you want to find out what you have. You're at home. You have some momentum. You've seen this kid kick all summer, and they have the confidence to try a 50-yarder in the opener.
It's huge.
Nice job.
It's huge because it makes them think that if we get in field goal range, this guy can get the ball through the upright. So, obviously the team is always going to think 3 is an option. They're going to play hard for the 6. So I think that's a great motivational kick.
All right, I'm back.
It's like all the distance, man.
I'm back. Can y'all hear me? Type 1 if you can hear me.
Yeah, that's a big confidence boost. Fisher Butler, he is a senior.
Patrick Fisher Butler kicking off for your Hornets.
5'10", 202. St. Edmunds. He'll be kicking off here, but the Hornets now leading by 14 points. Into the kind of the dark end of the stadium. Would you say, Mike? It was a little tough to even see the official there and see. And then he kicks it into the end zone for a touchback. Man, that's a nice job. Really no wind in particular to aid the kick. That was just straight leg. Good snap and hold. And 52-yarder for Delaware State gives the Hornets a 34-20 lead. 3:39 remaining in quarter number 3.
That's a great confidence booster, again, for him and the team. I've been in these situations when you have a reliable kicker, it changes the pressure you put on yourself on possessions.
Boyd still in at quarterback for Stony Brook. Under a little bit of pressure, completes the pass across the middle. Receiver takes the hit and stays on his feet. That is Caden Gutierrez, who's been impressive for Stony Brook to get the Seawolves to midfield on one play. And just like that, Stony Brook trying to fight back already at midfield.
Catches the shallow cross, bounces off of 2 guys before they bring him down, but he had to jog off to the sideline. He took a couple of big hits on that play.
This time the handoff. Runner breaks free along the far sideline, gets the first down and more before being run out of bounds. That was C.J. Hester with the carry, and Stony Brook answering the long Delaware State field goal with a nice start to the next possession already in Delaware State territory inside the 30.
They moving the ball on.
This team is currently losing, but they're not
Delaware
beating. You can
State,
tell by the way they play.
Sure.
Look like they moving it with ease. That was a good stop.
First down run is stuffed. And that's, Stony Brook, again, we talked about the team and the head coach, Billy Koch, who was actually was like a national coach of the year back during the 24 season. He took a team that was winless and did something like Delaware State, won like 8 games and won a lot of accolades. So they don't appear to be the type of team that's just going to lay down. They're going to keep pushing, and they have a great head coach and a great staff. And again, picked in the 5th in the Coastal Athletic Association, one of the better FCS leagues in the country. Crossing pattern, and the pass is caught for close to another first down. That was Sebastian Regis on the catch and run. A penalty on the play. Things going to be rough and
I think it might be holding.
Let's see.
They held the spot.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Yeah, that's what I thought of.
Low hit to the quarterback.
Yeah, late hit on the quarterback. So Stony Brook will get even closer to the goal line as Seawolves' impressive response to the long Delaware State field goal. Now with under 2 minutes to go, the Seawolves are in the red zone, in fact, inside the 10-yard line.
Seawolves have probably declined 2 or 3 penalties that Delaware State committed. But Del State is definitely into double-digit penalties in this game, and it's still a whole quarter left.
Boyd in shotgun, man in motion. And Boyd on the swing pass inside the 5, inside the 3. And Stony Brook inching towards the goal line. Pass complete to Gutierrez on the rollout. Fake handoff, and then good tackle to save a touchdown by Delaware State. But certainly Stony Brook on the move. The clock is running, approaching 1 minute, 10 seconds left in this third quarter. Handoff to Hefner, and that will be a touchdown for Stony Brook. C.J. Hester right up the middle, as Stony Brook, with an impressive response to the long Delaware State field goal, now pulls to within an extra point, only trailing by 7 points.
Interested to see if I think they're just going to go for the traditional one.
As we said, a good ball club, well-coached team. By no means hanging heads on the Stony Brook sideline. In fact, they have the momentum right now. We'll see how Delaware State responds after Stony Brook is now just trailing by 7 points. They've chopped 11 points off a lead that was 18 by Delaware State at one time.
Keep in mind that on that field goal, that 52-yard field goal, Delaware State started that drive on their own 35. So literally the offense struggled just to get him into that big field goal range. So the offense has not been really performing on all cylinders here in the second half.
Yeah. We'll see what Delaware State does. It's been the starter, Uali, who's played pretty much this second half. We'll see who Coach Jackson trots out here now with the game inching a bit closer. Both teams so far have made some good plays. I mean, the first game, you're going to get some sloppy play, a few more penalties than I'm sure Coach Jackson would want to even tolerate. So it should be interesting in film this week. But seeing good effort by both squads, and both teams are quite talented. I'm impressed with the talent level of Delaware State so far this season. Off inside of the 5-yard line by Dominguez. They'll get outside the 20, just shy of the 25-yard line. Stony Brook fired up as now Delaware State will have to try to pad this lead a little bit as it's now down to 7 points.
Just solid defensive coverage by Stony Brook, giving no lanes for the kick return for Del State. And again, they performed well on offense. They got 27 points. Defensively, they've struggled because Del State has had some huge plays by the QBs, but they're in this game. Don't make no mistake about that.
Looks like Samari Collier is back in at quarterback for Delaware State. So we've seen the 2 transfers in the game so far for the second half. Look for Collier. Hand off and busted up right away Jaden Jenkins on the carry and nowhere to go. Just took the handoff by Collier before he was knocked down in the backfield.
Right now, that offensive line, that continuity, that we are a wall mentality, it's still under construction at Delaware State University because it's a porous wall right now.
Loss of 3 on the play. Collier will step up in the pocket. Now he's going to roll to the right under pressure and brought down from behind. Sacked by Khalid Bueno. Defensive end runs down Samari Collier from behind. And the Hornets are facing third and quite long after 2 negative plays after the kickoff. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. We got a one possession game going into quarter number 4.
There is a conference where the student and student athlete still matters, where geography means something, and where rivalries are measured in decades, not dollars. In this conference, we push one another to greater heights on the field, the court, the track, and in the classroom. Here, we stay true to our values, and we stay true to each other. The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, where champions are made.
Built by us.
Driven by purpose.
And it shows
in everything we do.
Where academics and athletics go
hand in hand.
Strong on the court.
Relentless on the field.
Leaders in the classroom.
The MEAC is home to the leading HBCU research.
Oh, thank you. I'm on mute. No, I was saying I was hoping that it was a new day in Valley, man. I was hoping that that Valley would come out and be very competitive in this game, if not win the game. And it started out very well. Like the first couple drives they had were very impressive, and they showed that they had a punch. But they made mistakes. They had a fumble. They had a penalty on a punt return that ended up inside the 10-yard line. And they also turned the ball over on downs. And after that, it's been all Nicholls State. All Nicholls State. Nicholls State hit them on 2 big pass plays in a row. Their offense went to crap. They haven't been able to move the ball since. They have 131 yards total offense. That's what Mississippi Valley has, and I imagine 75 to 80% of that came on the first two or three drives. Let me peek back in here. What is this, 30-15? Man, that's a big quarterback, ain't it? That's a big old quarterback. That is a big old quarterback.
So Carolina needed to get to the 32 as he It's fourth down and about a yard, and Delaware State leaves the offense on the field.
What do y'all think about this decision? This is a big decision right
Collier,
here. It's 4th and 1, and they're going for
in
it.
its own territory.
They got a big old quarterback, though.
Second
I
play
see
from
him.
scrimmage of the fourth quarter. Collier is in shotgun, and whistles blow. That's timeout is called. So Stony Brook has now burned 2 timeouts in this second half. So by my count, they will have one remaining. And if nothing else, Delaware State again forced Stony Brook to burn a timeout. Whether Coach Jackson brings the offense back on the field or not.
What do y'all run here? What do y'all run here? Or do y'all punt it? It's 4th and 1. You at your own 31-yard line. You up by 7. Now you hadn't been able to show the ability to stop Stony Brook in the second half. What do you do? That quarterback ain't he didn't get it. He didn't get it. What would be so Valley's second half has started up. Again, they're down by
situation is going out of the
Valley's
gun, the best scenario.
Yeah.
Valley's second half.
Quarterback.
Man,
Yeah, he didn't get it, guys. He was stopped.
Spot and
he
a
was
critical
stopped.
measurement here is.
So, in my
Stony
opinion,
Brook
he
with
was
a chance
stopped. Now, I may be wrong.
If they get the stop, we'll be in great field position to try to.
I think he stopped.
Even
I
or
think
even
there's
take
no
the
doubt
lead.
about it.
Hornets are short, way short. Almost
And they
the
get
length
the ball
of
on the
football,
32-yard line, man. They short by half a yard.
Stony Brook defense as they stopped the big 225-pound, 6'3" quarterback who only needed a little more than a yard. And Stony Brook with the momentum.
Yeah, the quarterback wasn't able to pick that up, man. That was unfortunate. That was quite unfortunate. I still say in that situation, they probably should have punted. Now you're going to depend on the defense. You're going to depend on the defense that hadn't been able to stop them the whole game. They hadn't been able to stop them in the second half. You're going to ask this defense to kind of hold them down. Again, I understand why he did it, but I don't think you necessarily needed to do that in this situation. Hey, if you guys want to jump on, you got some comments, you got something you'd like to say, even if you want to talk about another one of these games that are coming up this weekend, just jump on, man, and we can talk about it. I hope Valley is able to come back and make some noise. Let me ask y'all this. What would be a respectable conclusion to this Valley game? Like we know they're already down 37-0. What would be respectable in the second half for them to come back to? If it ends up being, say, 40-21, is that a more respectable outcome? If it, obviously they need to get some points on the board. So you saying that as long as it's not over 29 points, it's respectable, I guess. But I'm saying, Coach, you can go back and look at our interviews that we did with Coach T-Buck. And he said this is not the same old Valley. Again, after this first half, this is the same old Valley. I don't know what they're going to have to, again. I think if they score 20 points and hold Nicholls to one touchdown, that's respectable. Like I said, I think that's respectable. Hey, let me ask y'all this, man. What game are y'all looking most? Which game are y'all looking most forward to this weekend? I'm really looking forward to that Prairie View Tarleton State game. I'm really looking forward to. I want, of course, I want Prairie View to do to have a good showing. But I'm looking, to me that's a measuring stick game. That'll give me some indication of what, where Prairie View is in the grand scheme. T-Jack wanted to be an elite FCS program. And competing with Tarleton State will definitely show that they've made some progress toward becoming an elite FCS program.
Harris
Pass is complete to Gutierrez.
still short of the first
We're
down.
going to watch a little bit of this
Clock is running
Delaware
up to
State
14,
game.
but they said it'll bring up third down now and 5.
It was an incompletion on first down. A
Around
5-yard
the
pass
26-yard line,
flat on
third
second down. Now it's 3rd and 5 at the 27-yard line, looks like.
Boyd fakes the handoff, swings the pass
Looks like
out.
they ran the same play again.
Caught by number 3 for the Schweitzer, who's been a workhorse all day. He's run out
Looks
of bounds.
like it's 4th down, guys. What do you do right here?
That was a
if you're
third
Stony
down
Brook,
play.
it's 4th and less than a yard.
Short.
And now
4th and less than a yard if you're Stony Brook. What do you do right here?
Stony Brook, 4th and 1 now. The Seawolves will go for it, keeping the offense on the field, making a few substitutions. We'll see what the play call is here.
Hey, man. Hey, if y'all do me a favor, please like and subscribe to the channel. Take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm only 50 subscribers from 3,500 subscribers. So, man, please, if you would, like and subscribe to the channel.
The first down.
This is the Rocky Miller channel. We have lots of great HBCU content here.
Enough for the first down.
We start off the week with sipping on Sundays on a Monday with Mr. Campbell and Zoe. We come back on Tuesday, and we have HBCU Coach's Corner. We have myself, Mr. Campbell, and the legendary John Nicholls. On Wednesday, we have none other than
player.
On The Breakdown, we have Mike Reed and myself, where we break down the previous game of Jackson State. And then we come in and assess their next opponent, their next matchup. It's called The Breakdown because it is a Jackson State Center show. And then you never know when you'll get a special episode of the Rocky Miller podcast.
I'll tell you in the second half, the momentum
Rocky Miller podcast with an interview. It could be a Rocky Miller podcast, me discussing the topic. And you can get Rocky Miller podcast after dark.
And I can understand why. They don't
never know
what
you might get. So please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel.
I talked earlier about, if you don't hit him with a sledgehammer and you keep him in the game, you allow for those empty possessions. It's just going to allow for these situations to occur later in the game.
You see Coach Deshaun Jackson on the sideline, the second-year head coach of the Delaware State Hornets, MEAC and HBCU Coach of the Year in 2025. It's hard to overstate what he did last year coming into the program where it was, and he led the team to 8 wins and just a remarkable opening for that young man.
Yeah, it was. This is a great.
Did it with that hire, so.
This is amazing
definitely not happy right now
for Deshaun Jackson,
team is after
considering where Delaware State was, what he's been able to do in 1 year and now his second year.
With a touchdown to tie the game or to take a lead, depending on what they decide to do if they score. Boyd back to pass, now steps up. He's going to run to the right, gets to the 15, inside the 10, pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line, and will be first and goal.
Yeah, those guys were covered, man. Those guys were completely covered.
Omari Nix pushed Boyd out of bounds, and the Seawolves are in good position to try to reach the end zone now.
As crazy as this sounds, this may be the best situation for Del State. Obviously, they're in field goal position right now, Stony Brook. But Del State doesn't have to worry about getting beat deep, so they can really kind of pin their ears back and get aggressive coming forward.
Stony Brook with the momentum, handoff.
Stop him in the backfield. That's a great play.
There, Hester on the carry for Stony Brook.
Look like it's going to be like 1st and 10, maybe.
Andrew,
3rd and 10.
Andrew Harris
kind of puts him in a must-passing situation.
Almost no gain for Stony Brook on that first down run. Clock is still running.
Maybe trying to set something up off some play action, so Del State has to be very careful.
Boyd has shown he's pretty good with his legs as
Doesn't
well.
look like
for Stony Brook. He's been able to run crossing pattern, end zone, touchdown, Stony Brook. And the Seawolves will make a decision whether to go for the tie.
That's almost a back shoulder in the seam.
Pass complete to Caden Gutierrez.
Looks like they may be going for 2 right now. Looks like the kickers out there.
Boyd this
like
evening.
a back shoulder in the seam.
Stony Brook has come all the way back from 18-point deficits twice. So now within a point of tying the game, and they'll go for the extra point kick to tie the game with all the momentum Stony Brook's way right now. You understand why they're going to try to kick for the extra point here instead of go for the 2. And the kick is good, and this game is tied. Stony Brook Seawolves out of the Coastal Athletic.
Hey man, we got a ball game. We got a ball game in Dover, Delaware. Let me see what.
There's flags now. Oh boy, they late at getting the personnel.
Let me see what we got here.
Out on the field, wondering what the heck happened there. How come he wasn't able to substitute after Nicholls substituted? Timeout. There's Mississippi Valley State. Second, late at getting the personnel.
This is the audio from the Nicholls game. Or the Mississippi Valley game with 9 minutes and 52 seconds to go. It's 2nd and 2 inside the 5-yard line for Nicholls, and it's still 37-0. I was really hoping that HBCUs wouldn't go 0-2 tonight. I think the Mississippi Valley game is a foregone conclusion that they're going to lose to Nicholls. Our only hope is that Delaware State can hang on and win this game. Because it's 34-34 in the fourth quarter with about 12 minutes left. How many of you guys saw this coming from Mississippi Valley? I didn't see this coming. I thought this would be a much more competitive game. I thought this would be a game that Valley would have a chance to clip Nicholls. And not in my wildest dreams that I thought this game would end up 43-0. Not in my wildest dreams. Let me put the link in here, man, in case somebody want to join. If somebody can explain this nonsense, please do. Because I don't have any answers, man. What's going on in Inabena? Why they can't seem to get it turned around in Inabena? It's 34-34 with 11 minutes and 17 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. We just had a muffed kickoff by Delaware State, and it looks like they're down at about their own 6-yard line. So they'll start this drive at their own 6. And we got my man, Keep It Up Fam. What's going on, Keep It Up Fam?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead, brother.
shoot, the fact that how come people don't just look at the schedules each year from each team and then do a comparison, and then look at the finances and then do a comparison? It'll tell you everything you need to know each year. That's why it's not a surprise to me. Now, the Stony Brook and Delaware State game, I seen would be the closest out of the two, but the Tarleton and the PV game is going to be the same.
What
It's
do you
going to
mean
be the
by the
exact
same?
same thing.
The same as what?
I'm not saying it's going to be a complete blowout, but the
Is it
game
going to
won't
be
be
close? Is it
competitive.
going to be closer to Nicholls or closer to Stony Brook?
It would be closer to Nicholls.
Wow.
Going towards the fourth goal. Like I said, it's not going to be a complete blowout. That's not what I'm saying. This is PV. This is SWAC defending champions at the end of the year. But realistically, before the fourth quarter gets started, the game will be over. Financially, these schools just don't have what it takes. They need the finances in place in order to be able to compete each year. That's what I was saying. The hell with perception, because as long as it's an HBCU, the goalpost is always going to move. That's why I always say that if an HBCU is going to take a financial loss, just play an just play an
Well,
FBS team.
let me just ask you this: what do fair penalties have to do with turnovers, penalties, and poor execution?
But that's HBCUs across the board. We're talking constant
I'm just
fumbles,
asking: what do finances have to
interceptions.
do with turnovers, penalties, and poor execution?
If you have the finances in place, right, you'll get a stronger, consistent, and more disciplined athlete. It's all about the belief in your support systems and your surroundings, the larger than life feeling. That's why you didn't get as much of a turnover ratio when Dion was at Jackson State, because Dion made Jackson State larger than life. The feel of it. You get where I'm going? When you got a personality that big on campus that can eliminate all the deficiencies surrounding you and make something
Again,
feel like an FBS feel.
I'm gonna ask the question again. What does finances? What does
I just answered your question.
No. What I'm saying, what you're
I
telling
just
me
answered
is
it if you paid attention to it. I just answered it.
What you're saying that you get a better athlete. I'm gonna be honest with you. These are some of the better athletes that have played for HBCUs in recent history. When you look at these guys, where they were recruited out of high school, where they started their journeys, these are some of the best athletes that have been at HBCUs in the last 20 years.
Let me ask you a question, Rocky. When was the last time you're into fitness, right? You've been to gyms, right?
Yeah, well, I've been there once or twice.
Have you seen HBCU athletes in the gym in comparison to PWISCS athletes in the gym? Have you seen this?
You bring up a very interesting comparison. I'm looking at Nicholls State athletes and Mississippi Valley athletes, right? I think the faster kids are on Mississippi Valley. The bigger kids are on Mississippi Valley. But poor execution, turnovers, and penalties.
But what does that have to do in strength of comparison when it comes to the athlete in general? You can be bigger, but are you stronger? What do I mean by that? In Bowling Green, these college athletes that are high school recruits go to these gyms and can lift almost damn near the entire gym at 165 to 170 pounds. In comparison, hold on. In comparison to athletes that are 240,
How much you
250 pounds
lift
and
have to
above.
do with mental errors, bro?
Resourcing.
What does that have to do with mental errors?
When you have the resources in place, specifically coming from the high school ranks into college, when you are an over-resourced athlete, you have an advantage coming into college in comparison to the rest of your competition. That's what you're not looking at. It's not just about the X's and O's and execution. That's part of it.
No.
It's the resourcing and the
Fam,
financing that goes behind each
fam,
athlete that these athletes are being recruited by these universities.
fam,
It's not close.
I understand what you're
No, you
saying
don't. No,
about.
you don't understand.
Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying, fam. You trying to make an overarching point, and I'm just trying to make a very simple on the field observation.
I'm giving a simple observation on the field, but it starts from the resourcing that happens at home and the universities. They're under resourced.
Please don't interrupt me. Let me finish, okay? What I'm simply saying is that whether you have the same budgets, whether you have the same equipment, whether you have the same facilities, have nothing to do with fumbles, poor execution, and turnover. And penalties.
That's why I just said you do not listen. Because if you listen from the very beginning, I said that with better financing and backing and resourcing, you'll get a better, smarter, more disciplined athlete. You have to listen is comprehensive. It's very comprehensive. And it seems like you're just not getting it because you don't want to get it. These are better, more disciplined, over-resourced athletes on the field. With everything being equal, HBCUs are killing these FCS programs is what I'm telling you. They're killing them. With everything being fair and equal, HBCUs are dominating these FCS programs. But that is not the case. That's why it's so easy for me each year to look at them in comparison on the field, and I can see who's the better athlete based off of the financing, the support, who's getting state support, the resourcing from middle school to high school. It's not equal in comparison. You're getting a different athlete at a different stage of time, one that needs more development than the other. It goes farther back than what you think.
Hold up.
It starts in the household.
You preaching something that I don't think the athlete is. You're saying that the athlete is in control of discipline. The athlete is in control of execution. The athlete is in control.
No, that's
of
not
penalties.
what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the athlete is in control. I'm saying that the people, the parents, right? The staff, the universities, right? The state support. It all includes to the final product that is the athlete, right? That's why when you look at North Dakota State dominating everybody, James Madison dominating everybody, it's a consistent pattern based off of the way that they recruit in their strategies. They're recruiting stronger and more physical athletes coming out of high school that are able to lift the entire gym at 165 and 170 pounds in comparison to.
All right, I'm gonna put him down, bro. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go because he talking about how much somebody lift.
Thank you,
Lines. And I'm simply talking about penalties. It don't matter how much you lift when you commit the penalty. It don't matter how much you lift when it relates to execution, and it matters not what your 40 time is when it comes to fumbles. But go ahead, Lines. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, this is what I want to see. It has a lot. It has a lot to do with the player and how much he's actually developed mentally before he can get to the next level, meaning the collegiate level / which we can call now semi-pro level. You know what I'm saying? That's what matters. You can lift the gym. You can have all the skills in the world. But if you can't go out there and go, you're gonna fail, and that's what we're failing at. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we felt, and that's what Homeboy wasn't receiving when he was saying what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling where he was coming from and where he was coming from. You know what I'm saying? He missed the whole point. You dig? I heard what he said. You know what I'm saying? He said when he said how he said it the mental part of it or whatnot. But that's why we getting our bus whipped. You know what I'm saying? Not correcting the mental stuff. Fumbles, which turns into, you know what I'm saying, turns into mental as well. You feel what I'm saying? The game is 99.9% mental, 1% physical, man. 1%.
Well, I believe that I understand your sentiments, right? Overall, I think the game is a physical game, and if everything else is equal, the bigger, stronger, faster athlete wins, right? But I think in this situation, we don't get a chance to measure the bigger, stronger, faster athlete because we have to overcome our own errors when we're playing these games. Now, let's be honest. We're watching Delaware State play Stony Brook, and this game is not marred by errors. They are not, making a lot of penalties, And I think the talent level and how they're playing in the score dictates that. And it's a very competitive game. I'm talking about in the Valley situation, they're not getting beat by a more explosive team. They're getting beat by a team that has made less mistakes and a team that has executed better. That's how they're getting beat. We got another guy on here, man. Appreciate your lines. Thank you for coming on. Hey, Kendall, what's up, man? What'd you like to say?
Hey, it comes down to fundamentals, man. And what's the fundamentals of football? Catching, blocking,
tackling, run,
and tackling. You know what I'm saying, right? If you do that, I think a lot of the HBCU coaches kind of don't emphasize the fundamentals as much, and that shows up big time. It's like trying to lay a foundation without pouring your cement. Fundamentals is just your cement. But I ain't gonna hold it up. I know you got other people on the line, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it, brother. No, I'm saying this. I know there's a resource disparity, right? I know all of these things. But ultimately, this game will be a lot closer between Valley and Nicholls if Valley would just block and tackle, avoid catastrophic penalties, and turnovers. I'm looking at Delaware State and they're executing in the clutch, and they're throwing the ball tight, late in the game in a way they haven't thrown the ball the entire game. Because they want to run the ball. But let me get Al from Detroit. What's up, Al?
Hey, not much. What's going on?
What's up, man?
Hey, listen, I want to know when the last time a bench press was brought in the middle of the field. At the end of the day, if you're not disciplined, if you're not sticking to your cues, I don't care how much weight you lift, it does not matter. You got to be disciplined and you got to execute. If you don't do that, you're not going to win football games. Listen, man, University of Michigan, all those years they lost to Ohio State, you didn't think they had the resources? You don't think they had the gym? You don't think they had all that? No, what they didn't have is they have a good game plan. So, man, what my man talking about resources, I went to a high school, man. You know what? We didn't have a track. We have a football field, but we have more state championships than anybody in the state of Michigan. So I don't know what my man talking about. It's all about execution and knowing what you do well and do it well. All that stuff you talking about resources, you may not have all the resources, but guess what? You could be disciplined enough and you got to follow your cues. Plain and simple.
And my point is, Al, this generation of HBCU athlete is bigger, stronger, faster than the athletes of a previous generation of the last 20 years. When you look at what these guys were rated coming out of high school, right? And how they matriculated to HBCUs, they're a much better quality athlete than they got, say, 15, 20 years ago.
Facts, definitely facts. I'm telling you, man, if you're undisciplined and you're not executing, guess what's going to happen? You're going to lose games. Man, it shows you can't turn the ball over and expect to win the football game. That's the reason why the game is tough right now for Delaware State. They turned the ball over. That means a short field. All you got to do is execute. And I hope they can get back to doing what they were doing well.
Well. Here's the deal about Delaware. This lets me know how well they're coached. They came into this last drive, and Stony Brook was intent on stopping the run. They actually smothered them running the football, right? So what they end up doing, they went to what? The quick passing game. And they were able to execute it. They've executed all the way down to the 36-yard line.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. And they haven't had a penalty. And they haven't fumbled or thrown an interception. And it's 3rd and 13. Let's see what happens here. He drops back the pass. He looks downfield. He's flushed out of the pocket. He sidearms it down the field to a wide receiver that was tightly covered, but he makes a catch at the 20-yard line. First down, Delaware State. That was a great play by the quarterback. He actually made that throw with the defender dragging him down by his jersey, man. That was a great play.
So basically, it's what you said before, Rocky, that they got good athletes, man. But if you're not going to execute, if you're not going to play above what you're doing, you're not going to be successful.
So, Al, I'm going to bring up Keeping Up Fam. I'm going to let you stay up with him, because you can chop it up. But Keeping Up Fam, let's be respectful. Let's not talk over. Let's not break into conversation. Let's have a situation where we all get a chance to talk. And go ahead, keep it up, fam.
Every now and again, you'll get an FCS school to beat an FBS team. Appalachian State beating Michigan. But consistently, it will not happen. It will be an easy pick each and every year consistently. But every now and again, you'll get an FCS team to beat an FBS opponent. I say that to say this. They make it easier to predict because they know these athletes from middle school and high school coming into college. That's why it's so easy for me to say that PV is going to lose to Tarleton. They're going to lose to Stephen F. Austin. It's easy for me to say that Mississippi Valley is going to lose to Nicholls, right? Because of the athletes that they're recruiting out of high school that are better resourced and more prepared coming into college. So the transition in the development of these athletes is a lot more smoother because they're coming into a better situation, right? Versus HBCU athletes that are, yes, they are bigger than previous years. They are stronger and faster than previous years. But in comparison to the top 15 FCS teams, right? They're recruiting athletes that are better resourced and better financed coming into college.
Let's let Al get in here. Keep it up, fam.
Each and every year. Go ahead.
Yeah, you repeat yourself.
Man,
go ahead, keep.
All I know, man, is I come from the old school, man. Where I come from, you lace it on up, you strap the helmet up there, and you play. I mean, I get what you're saying about resource, but brother, if you execute and you don't turn the ball over, you always got a chance to win. Now, one thing I will say about HBCU, they do turn the ball over and they not disciplined. But that comes down to coaching. That comes down to the X's and O's. Because you can't tell me guys like Eddie Robinson back in the day, you can't tell me about all these great coaches from back in the day didn't have disciplined teams, man. Because in the 80s, man, I used to see these HBCU teams beat teams in these other different divisions. So I'm just I get what you're saying about the resource, but I do think it does come down to execution and cats really buying into your system. Because think about it, just like you said, when Deion, what's the difference from Deion and then what TC did? Because TC actually won the Celebration Bowl. Deion never did.
Environment and a winning culture.
Well, let me get in here, fam. You already had your turn. Let me get in here, brother. Well, what I'm simply saying is this: is that I agree with Al. I also believe that Keeping Up Fam has a point. Yeah, rarely does FCS schools beat FBS school because of the resource disparity and the access to those elite athletes. I agree with you, but I'm not talking about in a game where Mississippi Valley is playing an FBS school. Mississippi Valley is playing an FCS school as Delaware scores the go-ahead touchdown. They're playing an FBS school. FCS school. They're playing an FCS school, a school on their same level, a school with similar resources that has access to the same athletes.
But athletes that are better resourced and better financed coming from high school.
Bro, the Nicholls quarterback, that the guy that he threw a touchdown to played for Millsap College. Everybody, I'm sure you guys know where that is. That's in Mississippi. And he went to Texas College, which is in Tyler, Texas. One is a division. I don't even know what division. I think Millsap is Division III. I don't even know what division Texas College plays at. And that kid was playing for Nicholls State. You don't think Mississippi Valley had access? And guess what? Texas College is a HBCU. You don't think that Mississippi Valley had access to that kid?
No, because if they did, they would have recruited him. And I'll say this. Hold on. I'll say this. You have to look at that athlete's financing and resourcing in high school from the parents. Are you able to do so? No.
If he went to Millsaps College, he didn't have many options coming out of high school.
You don't know his parents' situation and his upbringing. You have
what does
to
that
first,
have to do with it? He's on a football field. His parents ain't on the football field
that
with him.
determines the transition and the development of the athlete that you're bringing into your program. It matters.
If his parents had provided significant resources for him out of high school, he would have had more options than Millsaps College.
There are a lot of factors. Grades, right?
Again,
environment. Hold on. Let me finish. Grades, environment, culture, height, weight, intelligence factors. What do you have that the other one doesn't have in comparison?
Bro, that kid.
And what is the development section?
Mississippi Valley had access to that kid. That kid,
what
he could have went to Mississippi Valley.
Rocky, what I'm telling you is that you don't know the totality of that athlete and the reason why he's there in comparison to the other athletes that are going to underfunded
You're at Millsaps College because you couldn't get a scholarship nowhere else.
What I'm telling you is if Nicholls goes after the same athletes that Mississippi Valley wants, Nicholls will get that athlete first.
I disagree.
Okay.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Keep it up, fam. Now, Al, he brought up something very interesting I want to discuss for a minute. If a guy is given an opportunity to go to Mississippi Valley or Nicholls, if I'm not mistaken, Nicholls is in Thibodeau, right? Thibodeau's not a big city, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think it is a big city at all, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And considering the environment in Mississippi Valley, you know what I mean by environment and the people that I love you.
Love you too.
All right. And the people, that's my daughter, a graduate of a proud HBCU graduate from Prairie View A&M University.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she came on the screen. That's why I said that.
Oh, no, but I mean, Rocky, listen. You made a good point, man. If a cat can, in today's time, the way stuff's set up, everybody got an opportunity. Everybody looking a way to get on the field for an opportunity to step on up. So to say that you go to Mississippi Valley or you go to Nicholls, these kids want to play because they want to get taped to go other places. The coaches, like you said in your show on, I think it was Tuesday, that most of these kids are just trying to find a way to get taped to go to somewhere else. They may not stay at Mississippi Valley or Nicholls. So they're trying to get on the field. I get what my man's saying, but I don't think in today's time it's the same thing. What you think?
I think it's different now. I think HBCUs have access to athletes that they haven't had before because of the transfer portal and how kids matriculate through college now, right? Say a kid does get recruited to Nicholls, right? He goes to Nicholls. He's underappreciated. He enters the transfer. He enters the transfer portal. He looks for somewhere where he wants to belong, where he wants an opportunity to play. And at the end of the day, I think Mississippi Valley offers players that opportunity, opportunity to play and somewhere to belong. And for black kids, they offer an exceptional opportunity, in my opinion, when you think about it.
Facts.
You get to experience a college that was built for you. Again, Nicholls was not built for a black kid. LSU was not built for a black kid. Mm-hmm. University of Texas, and I'm not sure about Millsaps College. I'm not sure about that. Mm-hmm. But again, if a kid went to Texas College before he went to Nicholls, he would certainly be able to go to Itta Bena.
Man, listen, man. In today's time, man, it just you already said what it comes down to. These guys got to be disciplined. You can't turn the ball over, and you got to execute. You know that the only drawback on Mississippi Valley is in this game these guys have not executed. They've turned the ball over too many times, and they haven't been disciplined. If they just think about that, if they had a pass interference, if you're going to win a game, there's certain things that you got to do to be effective, plain and simple. I get people talking about the resources, but in today's time, these kids just want to get on the field, Rocky. These kids want to play so they can get an opportunity to go somewhere else.
I thought, and when you're talking about FCS schools, I don't think that the resource disparity is as big as people think it is, man. But I'm gonna put this game up, Al. I'm gonna give him a chance to watch the last minute of this game, of this Delaware State game, and then we'll wrap it up after that. All right.
No problem.
A few moments ago, with the score tied at 34, Sean Weston, sophomore running back, bounced outside and scored the go-ahead touchdown with the extra point. Gives Delaware State its current lead at 7 points, 41-34. Really entertaining season opener, Mike, for both teams. You know, both coaching staffs will have a lot to digest after this game. A lot of good things, some bad things as well. As you expect in a season opener, play a little sloppy at times, but the fact that it's a close game, competitive game, as a coaching staff, I'm sure that's what you want to see. What kind of fight you have early on. Let's see if we can take a punch early in the season and come back.
You know, it's a high-scoring game, and there have been a couple of big plays, but for the most part, it has been typical football where, you know, you get some momentum, you drive down the field, you get some points. It looked as early like Del State pretty much is going to run away with it in the first half, and I think they came up off the gas, and that's all Stony Brook needed, just a little break in order to get back in the game. They took that little break, and now they pushed it to this point right here where they're literally trying to tie the game back up and stay in it.
And if you're Stony Brook, after being down by 18, they definitely know they have the confidence they can come back. Now, whether Delaware State has the defensive intensity to keep the Seawolves from coming back one more time. So this is the test.
Hey, let me ask you guys at this point.
We'll have
for this game to be a successful outing
second down
for Delaware State, do they have to win the game at
Delaware
this point?
State 40-yard line.
Does Delaware State have to win the game as the ball is spotted at the 40-yard line and it's 2nd and 10?
Quarterback for Stony Brook, the redshirt sophomore. Seawolves will set the man in motion, snap the ball.
Penalties.
Delaware State appeared to be offside. I didn't see a flag. Pass into the end zone, but now I see a couple of flags on the field. I'm pretty sure those are going to be offside calls against Delaware State. Again, a redshirt sophomore, Boyd, is somehow been able to catch the Hornets offside a few times. Oh, wow. Didn't see that after the play, roughing the passer. That'll move the ball all the way up to around the 25-yard line. I thought it was going to be offside. Looked like the Hornets were offsides, but apparently they weren't. The flags were thrown for roughing the passer, so that inches Stony Brook even closer to the end zone, now at the 25-yard line. With 57 seconds left in this fourth quarter. And Stony Brook now with momentum getting close to the red zone.
So they got the ball on the 25-yard line.
Touchdown to either tie or try for the win.
They got to get pressure on the quarterback. This game could be ended by just them putting some pressure on the quarterback.
Boyd is in the gun, looks to the left, throws across the middle, pass is complete.
Ran that double slant.
Flag on the play and the tackle around the 15-yard line.
That might have been a pick play of some sort.
Let's see what this call is.
They ran that double slant. Yep, I thought that.
Offensive. Looked like it's going to be offensive pass interference.
That's big right there.
On Stony Brook.
That's a huge call.
That's a big break.
And that's the tight end blocking the underneath the receipt, blocking the DB as they run underneath.
Harris, who's had a good game.
Yeah, that's the tight end.
Stony Brook
going out blocking the guy.
I don't see a lot of murmuring.
That's running the slant. Blocking the guy that's guarding the slant.
Got to assume the official.
He can't make contact with the guy on purpose. He has to kind of like avoid it.
So now first.
So this is first and 20.
First and 20. As Boyd swings to the left.
That's a great call.
Pass into the flat, and the Seawolves pick up that penalty yardage and more inside 20-yard line now on the.
So they're at the 17, looks like, or the 18, with 34 seconds left to go in the game. That's a great call. That was a great call right there.
34 seconds left in regulation. Boyd drops back. Gonna run, gets inside the 15, it's a 10. Brought down inside the 10-yard line. That's a first down for the Seawolves.
That clock's gonna run.
They got one timeout.
Those chains.
Are they gonna clock it or run the play here?
Clock is running.
Are they gonna clock it or run a play?
And now clock is stopped.
Delaware State calls the timeout.
So with 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Stony Brook will have it first and goal at the 9. And the Seawolves still have.
Well, see, I didn't like that timeout by Delaware State because what I really want Stony Brook to do is take their last timeout so they can't run the football anymore. I don't want them to be able to run the football anymore, but now they have a timeout, and so they can actually run the football in this situation.
In the season opener,
but maybe they felt like their defense was gassed, and they needed a break or need to get them organized. That's not a bad.
Both teams have about 20 seconds to figure out what the rest of the season is going to look like. If you're Stony Brook and you can tie this game or win.
Hey. Anybody watching Valley? Does the team record? Does that celebration for a pick six warranted? You got a pick six and you're down 44 to
Same
nothing.
thing for Del State. If they come away with a victory today, it'll do something for their psyche to make them feel like even, when things are not going our way, we still find a way to win.
Quinn Boyd is in shotgun as he has been for much of the game. 3 receivers to the right side. Now one will come in motion. Boyd will take the snap, look into the end zone, and he looks into the 5-yard line, and it's going to be a touchdown.
There's a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the field.
Is it offsides?
Pass complete to Schweitzer, but there's a flag on the field. I think it's going to be one of those offensive pass interference. Wow.
They keep running that pick play, man.
I'd like to see that on replay. I guess they call it like a pick play, I guess.
Yep.
And
they're blocking the guy that's guarding the
will move the ball
slot.
back now. From that angle, it's tough to see. But the play went into the end zone for the touchdown. Now Delaware State with the break, 14 seconds left in regulation. Stony Brook now has a first and goal, but now the ball
look here.
Is at the 19.
Just get pressure on the quarterback.
Boyd looks to throw into the end zone.
Good defense.
It is knocked away and incomplete. Stony Brook sideline is erupting, looking for a pass interference call.
They begging on that
call there. 9 seconds left to play.
You got it. Hey, take this with 142 people watching, man. Can you please like and subscribe?
What's left is on its feet.
Like this episode and subscribe to the channel, man. I'm almost at 3,500 subscribers, man. Please like and subscribe, man. We appreciate it.
Can't burn up 9 seconds. And now the timeout will be called. I believe Delaware State. Now Stony Brook will burn that last timeout. So, wow. Woo. We'll see what the play call is here.
This is going to be a tough one because
they got to throw it. They got to throw it in bounds.
Complete, incomplete,
right.
No problem.
They can't throw it in bounds.
You get tackled. The game is over.
They got to throw it in the end zone.
9 seconds left. what plays typically would you try to do? If you have a tight end, if you have a good tight end, I mean, it's the area where you think your tight end can help you out. But
are you too far out to run that back shoulder to the tight end again
You
in the
always want to
seam?
try to create some
That
one-on-one
back
situation
shoulder,
with your best or
that
second
back
best
shoulder
receiver.
to the tight end in the
I would
seam
look for them to line up in some slots,
was a
bring
really
somebody
slick
in
play
motion to force that
earlier.
one-on-one coverage and maybe give that receiver an opportunity to do a slant or a fade to the back part of the end zone. You definitely don't. You really want that one-on-one situation. So I'm looking for some type of play design like that.
Yeah, that's what's going to have to happen. Stony Brook's had a couple of pick penalties, I guess, offensive pass interference calls. So those are the types
Let
of
me
plays
ask you
we
guys
hope we
this,
can get
talking
past
about
the
Valley.
officials, but
we'll talk about Valley
spread out
after
as Stony Brook will send a man in motion on the right side. Make the handoff.
The seam.
Looking to throw. He's rolling now, looking to the end zone. It is incomplete. And now
They tried to run a route up the seam.
Pass was intended for Switzer.
You back him up.
2
Back
seconds
him up.
left. One play left to embark a penalty on the defense. One play left for Stony Brook to touchdown, and there was a flag. You're right.
Holding. Going to back
the
him
ball
up.
marked back to the 29-yard line of Delaware State. So Stony Brook has an additional 10 yards tacked on that little need to score a touchdown. It's got to be something that ends with a touchdown for this game to continue. Now a whistle blow as Delaware State will call its final timeout with 2 seconds left in regulation.
Now, let me ask you guys this. Do you guys run a prevent style defense, or do you guys run a standard coverage offense? Of course, you don't blitz or anything like that.
Both coaches.
But do you run a prevent or do you run a coverage?
These last 2 seconds.
I want to run a coverage. I want to run quarters or
going to talk about, hey, in 2 seconds, we can
I don't want to run prevent.
And I've stole one. We got 2 seconds.
I don't want to run prevent. I want to run
defensively. If
quarters, man under.
Oh man, I got to get
something
my 4
like
guys.
that. 2 high safety man under. I want to run something.
He's got to get that ball off and run.
I don't want to run
I
prevent.
don't want him stationary in the pocket.
And knock it down if you can.
We don't want any interceptions, but that's hard to tell somebody not to intercept the ball because everybody wants to be on.
You want your shot blockers
right,
in the game. Yeah. You're Matumbo, them guys.
All in all, before this, before this final play, what do you guys think about Delaware State?
Spread field. Stony Brook
I don't believe in dropping 8. No, don't drop 8.
To the right, one to the left. Snap Boyd in the pocket.
They held it again.
Goes into the end zone, and the ball is. Was it intercepted?
Nope. Just
knocked away.
Yep.
And the game is over as Delaware State.
Oh man, that was a great game.
Escaped with a 41-34 victory over.
Let me bring myself. Hey, let me talk to you, Al. What does this say about the Delaware State program in its second year, being able to edge out Stony Brook in a game where they were the underdog?
I mean, you already know. I mean, like I told you before, man, when you execute and you do what you need to do to win, and you put a mindset behind them, man. I mean, you said it last year about Deshaun Jackson that a lot of people didn't realize is that he had a game plan. If you got a game plan, you're going to work it to the best of your ability. Now, my question to you, Rocky, where has the improvement on the defensive side of the ball? That's what I need to start to see. I got to see the defense improve the next week.
I thought the defense had a really good first half, though. I thought they had a good second half, and I thought, let's be honest, the defense played good until they got those big leads. You know, they got the 18-point lead. They came back some. They got another 18-point lead. They came back again. I think the defense is again, to me, you judge a defense in those moments right there at the end of the game. Could they close the game out? Did they give anything up? And also, you don't know how good Stony Brook's offense really is, right? Stony Brook's
Yeah.
offense, they were able to shut down Stony Brook's running attack. I'm gonna look at the stats for that game because I want to see can I find the stats because I don't think Stony Brook ran for many yards in that game.
Yeah. Well, they had a couple short fields. Before I get off, Rock, hey, what's the difference? What differences are you looking for their next game? What are you looking for Delaware State in the next time they play? What are you looking to see them as an overall team?
I really want to see them pass the ball, early in the game, for it to be a more balanced attack. They pretty much had the same kind of attack they had last year with a, really run dominant attack, right?
Yeah.
And they were able to run. They were able to run the ball with both quarterbacks. But I want to see them be able to pass the ball consistently, not being forced into a situation they got to pass.
For me, Rock, I was thinking the same. I would thought this year would be a better year passing just for the simple fact that they don't want to be a one-trick pony and that they want to give something a little bit more different so they won't have to just lean on that run as much. I thought this year we will see better quarterback development and the receivers will start to finally show because when I think about Deshaun Jackson, I just think about a receiver, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. But quarterbacks are the hardest thing to find for everybody in football. I don't care if you're at Pee Wee football or at the professional level. Quarterbacks are hard to find. And in my opinion, guys who can really develop quarterbacks are even harder to find than quarterbacks. So, but in order to take that next level as a program, they're going to have to be able to develop a quarterback that can competently pass the ball. Right? They got to be able to pass the ball when they have to pass the ball, and they can't be so dependent on the running game to where they become one-dimensional. And I think that's what happened to them today. When they got the lead, they became one-dimensional.
Okay.
And it wasn't until the game got tied that they, broke out the passing game.
I got a question for you. Since Matt Maloney has went on over to he's left North Carolina Central. What you think that pass attack gonna look, and what do you think Berry? What you think? That's really what I want to know. Do you think Deshaun Jackson can beat South Carolina State? Do you? Because I don't really think that Trey can keep on losing as many coaches as he lose and still be at the top, man.
I think with what the formula that Deshaun Jackson has, being able to run the ball and stop the run, he can beat anybody on any given Saturday. Now, what's going to separate him as a program is the quarterback play being able to pass the ball. Like, that's, to me, what's going to be able to separate him. Because I think what they do is they run the ball, they're very physical, and up front on defense, they seem to be physical. They don't, they cover okay. But with those two elements of their game being the prominent elements of their program, I think they'll be able to compete in most games.
Okay.
Being able to stop the run and being able to run the football effectively. I can't get to the stats, but I know, when at kickoff, Stony Brook was a 4.5 point favorite, and Delaware State was able to get the victory, man. And again, I think this was a great win by Delaware State, considering Stony Brook was coming off of what, a 6-win season, 7-win season, or something like that. And they were, Stony Brook is an ascending program, and we'll see what Stony Brook does going forward. But I know Delaware State is glad to get that first victory of the season because that first one, in my opinion, can be the hardest one for some programs.
Okay. Again, man, Rock, thanks a lot, man. Hey, I can't wait to hear you and Coach Cole and the Bishop talk about this game and all these other games. Hey, I cannot wait for that Tennessee State and that Jackson State, man. I can't wait. Y'all gonna do a live watch party for that, or we gonna have to just?
I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure, but because there's gonna be a lot of games going on. I'm waiting on my credentials for the Georgia State game, man. That's what I'm waiting on. If I get the credentials for the Georgia State game, I'm traveling down there to check the game out. But
Okay,
I'm
well,
waiting,
hey,
man. So,
thanks again, man. Rock, hey, man. I gotta join it. I gotta join this page too, man. So
all right.
I'm doing that pretty soon. Be blessed.
All right, brother. Appreciate it. Hey, man, this was a great game. Uh, Valley is, again, Valley hadn't scored any points on offense. Let me see how many points Valley is giving up today. I mean, how many yards Valley is giving up. Let me see what they're giving up. Box score. Let me see. Man, this is Valley's. Oh man. So this is Josh Brown for Valley. He was 11 for 19, 44 yards, and 3 interceptions. Think about that, man. Your starting quarterback went 11 for 19 for 44 yards. How do you complete 11 passes for 44 yards? That's wow. And 3 interceptions. Now, they were able to run the ball for 142 yards. They didn't get anything out of their passing game, and they gave up 282 yards passing and 141 rushing. Like I said, man, that's pretty tough. Let me see the team stats. And they threw 3 interceptions, and they lost. They had a total of 6 turnovers. There's been a lot of talk about resources and budgets and all that kind of stuff, and I get it. But when you have 10 penalties and 6 turnovers, does it matter what your budget is? When you have 10 penalties and 6 turnovers, does it matter what your athletic budget is? Does it matter what your facilities are like? Does it matter whether you have trainers and adequate facilities and all that kind of stuff? When you turn the ball over 6 times and you have 10 penalties. And even if they went into a hostile environment and the penalties were called on, right? Say they called the penalties, right? But the referee didn't call the turnovers. I mean, again, T-Buck, I like T-Buck. T-Buck has been on coaches, HBCU Coaches Corner multiple times. I mean, he's a very good interview, man. He's a really good interview. But somehow, some way, he's going to have to get his team to play better. He's going to have to, at the Division I level, you have to be able to pass the ball for more than 44 yards. You can't expect to win the game when you make 6 turnovers. You can't expect to win a game where you have 10 penalties. Yeah, that's tough. Let me see how many. Let me see the sacks. Were they sacked at all? I don't see any sacks. Again, man, I just think this is, as Coach Cole has explained to me many times, there's not a talent disparity when HBCUs play these FCS schools. It's not a talent disparity, and I didn't see a talent disparity today in either game, whether it be the Nicholls, Mississippi Valley, or the Stony Brook, Delaware State. Talent looked pretty equal to me, looked pretty equal. But in Mississippi Valley's case, they had very poor execution. The game was marred with penalties, and they turned the ball over 6 times. The other thing, too, And when you say execution, I'm not talking about poor execution just on offense. I'm talking about poor execution on defense. I mean, those first 2 touchdowns that were thrown to wide open wide receivers, I mean, it was ridiculous. It wasn't nobody around it. After they caught the ball, boom, it was wide open. It was wide open. They just ran to the end zone. Both of them, one of them caught maybe a 7-yard pass and ran 50 yards. The other one may have caught a 10-yard pass, 10, 12-yard pass and ran 50 yards. It wasn't like they were bombs that were thrown down the field. Intermediate to very short passes. Yeah, you're right, Crook. They got caught blitzing. Ran for a touchdown. What does it see? He said, they is not going to D2. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think this has anything. This game has nothing to do with levels. You know, whether Valley's a Division I or Division II team. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Until you shouldn't even concern yourself with whether you're a Division I or Division II team until you can stop turning the ball over and stop making penalties and execute. You don't know what level you are if you're unable to do those on any level. Let me say this: they could be playing a Division II. If they play today, and they were playing Clark Atlanta, if they were playing Savannah State, if they were playing Miles College, if they were playing Lane College, and they committed 10 penalties with 6 turnovers, they probably lose that game against a D2 team. My man LL say, all that practicing for nothing. We got a guy says, wait. We have a whole resume for over 25 years. You're right. It's because they're getting more stronger athletes. It has nothing to do. What does strength have to do with penalties? What does strength have to do with fumbles? What does strength have to do with poor execution, man? If you don't fumble on the first possession and score, and you don't get a penalty on the punt, and it's inside the 5, you're right. You could have been up 14-0. My man say we could have been up 14-0. Who knows how the momentum would have went for the game. My problem with you saying that, Glenn, is even if those things don't go your way, right, you can't then from that point on commit 9 penalties and have 5 other turnovers. You understand what I'm saying? A turnover affected the first drive. A penalty affected the second drive. But even with that said, you had an opportunity to drive the ball in your territory, and in my opinion, a lack of execution caused you to go for it. I mean, you went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. And then a lack of execution caused 2 consecutive touchdowns on 2 separate plays. I don't think so. That's all I'm saying. I know the game would have looked different. I know the score would have looked different, but I don't know that the outcome. I don't know that you have a chance. I expect the Mississippi Valley to be in this game the entire game and have an opportunity to win. That's what I expect. That would have been a long field goal, Glenn. That would have been a real long field goal. That would have been a real long field goal, man. Like I say, let me see what my man's saying. Valley would not be a powerhouse on the D2 level either. Oh, well, yeah. I'm not talking. Not if you turn the ball over 6 times and with 10 with 10 penalties. Yeah, you ain't gonna be no powerhouse at no level. You ain't gonna be a powerhouse at the high school level with those kind of making those kind of mistakes. Valdosta State beats Valley today. Valdosta State probably beats a lot of FCS schools today, not just Valley. Hey, man, I want to appreciate, I'm going to ask you guys to do one last thing, man. Look at the bottom of this, man. Click like and subscribe for me, man. I'm almost to 3,500 subscribers, man. I really like to get there before before Labor Day, man. I really like to get there before Labor Day. Man, I appreciate if you guys would like and subscribe to the channel, man. Much love, everybody. I had a great time sitting down talking with you guys, man. Congratulations to Delaware on the victory. And, man, what we going to do with Valley? I'm out.